In a world where India is labeled as unity and diversity, now I am feeling ashamed to celebrate Republic Day. We all witnessed the growth of India in a decade. Let me show you the reality of India. Sorry, Bharat. Maybe my social teachers were mistaken when they taught that India derived its name from the Indus. I'm uncertain about the reasons and consequences of CAA. My primary concern is that if we cannot prove our citizenship where ration cards, Aadhaar cards, and voter cards are not acknowledged as proof, will we face expulsion or be held in detention centers? Where our fathers and forefathers voting as citizens from long back. Is this the only way that the government of India came across to identify illegal migrants? It feels insulting to prove citizenship as an already acknowledged citizen if it gets implemented all over the country. If I can't prove it, why should I seek someone else's approval when we are already citizens? A law that violates the fundamental right to equality and right to religious freedom. Where Muslims were labeled as terrorists. I came across that Assistant Registrar of Supreme Court said he has orders not to list case against Mr. A's company. A judiciary that I never dreamt. Farmers were being threatened for the protests because of the farm laws that adversely impact them. RTI was compromised under the Ministry of Railways. Government openly supports and promotes specific religion where secularism is being compromised. A country with no single press conference over a decade, but tweets are the source and speeches with unanswered questions signifies lack of accountability. The Telecommunications Bill of 2023 replaced the Telegraph Act, the Press and Registration of Periodical Bills, and the Broadcasting Bill, giving direct control of media freedom to the government. It's like a game where government controls the umpire with a 2-to-1 ratio, demanding obedience from opposition. The law minister affirms this by saying, no changes in the functioning of the Election Commission's independence, despite the Constitution advocating its autonomy. The bill passed despite opposition walkouts and the absence of 151 suspended MPs, underscoring the crucial role of the opposition in democracy. Why and how should I exercise my right to vote if free and fair is being compromised? In a nation where 80 million still receive free rations, a CEP report says that 16-year-old struggles with reading. Dripped in Global Hunger Index and World Press Freedom Index, having income inequalities that 5% population generates 60% of wealth, with raising inflation, debt and unemployment and dreaming 5 trillion economy, is that worth to have 5 trillion? Jawans had to sacrifice their lives due to poor security provided by the government as tools to win the 2019 elections. The honorable representative of the country took months to make a statement on Asifa, and when a woman was forced to walk naked by a mob, it was shameful for a country that considers itself a land of goddesses. Regardless of the reasons, social unrest like Manipur is unacceptable, and the center's delayed statements on civil issues are disheartening. We know who controls media, who owns media houses, and the dominant party's extensive IT cell for social media campaigns. They might intend to lower the World Press Freedom Index rank to 178, placing India before China and North Korea. My professor once said that development doesn't solely rely on buildings and roads. Rising stock markets and GDP alone don't define economic progress. Corruption existed post-2014 and remains hidden. I witnessed currency corruption before 2014 and after 2014 witnessing constitutional corruption. We value money more than constitutional values. That's why people not feeling anything wrong and not realizing anything. Happy Republic Day for all laws and bills we had against Constitution. It's always a jai hand for me at the end that no one can say no to.